Trystan, Hart.
Okay, you guys, we're back with another inside the brain of the robot, and in one of the cooler races to do it in, just because there was so much going on. It was just carnage everywhere, and I wasn't in a super big rush this day either. I was pretty patient and just letting the race kind of come to me, and we'll dive right in. We got Peach here leading us. He got the whole shot and was riding really good. You see Cody there trying to pass both of us. I think that's the first time I got into the lead. Oh, I got scared of the log. I'm not sure why I got scared of that, because Cody just went right over it and kind of pushed him out a little bit there. Just on some common course. This is the first pro section we're coming into. It's a waterfall, which is the year before gave people a lot of grief. So I kind of came up with that new line. Here's Ryan, right where I wanted to go. Bunch of people watching here. Kind of a cool spot, because if someone made a mistake, you were going down a water slide. So came out of there in second. I think Cody passed me on the inside there. Cody kind of seemed a little confused there, so I just passed him. So now I'm back in the lead. All this stuff we're coming into pretty blind, other than a couple sections we looked at. So like this one right here, I had no idea where to go. I just took the first line because I kind of panicked, and yeah, I did a horrible job of it. The easy line was on the right there where Cody went. And then Petrie kind of followed me, but did it a bit better. So back to third. Been going first, third. Oh, back to fourth, actually. Ryder got me there too. Yeah, like I said earlier, I was not in a rush. Championship day, kind of thinking about that a bit. Yeah, a lot going on. And yeah, I just didn't wake up with a lot of energy. No, like, real urge. And then, like, pretty quickly on here, I'm going to learn that being first place was actually a disadvantage, because normally it's better the earlier or the further up you are in the lineup, the less route showing, the less shiny stuff normally is. But here, the further back you were, the easier it got. So Ryder fell off the line here. I just told him to go down, because save energy that way. I also got a pass out of it. Now we're about to come to a section that was pretty good. Little techie rocks. Petrie took both the feet off to climb up there. I didn't like his line, so I squared it up and just hit the bigger rock. And I think there's a tricky little section here that Peach is gonna have a bit of an issue, I think.
Did you do this last year?
Gonna find himself in a tree.
Looks fun. Go on.
Yeah, this is a bit of a tricky section. It's super one-lined, so video's buffering. There we go, fixed up. So Cody took the low line, it looks like. Petrie goes in. We're in a bit of a bottle jam here. Pretty much just get in line. I think Ryder and Braxton are going to be behind us now.
Did Cody go below the tree?
Petrie tried this high line, which turned out to not be the line. You want it to be on the low line. It was quite easy, but I don't think either of us really looked at it, so we didn't really know. So you can see Petrie's bike is sitting on this tree now. He's kind of in a weird spot and taking up both the whole section. He's taken up now, and there's nowhere for me to go really without hitting his bike or him. And now Cody's kind of just riding away. Like he's already got a minute ahead of us.
Yeah, that line doesn't look nice.
Not real stressed about that, because I know sections are coming that are really tough, but I'm gonna get off my bike here and help Petrie get his bike out of the tree. Now I'm gonna look at that drop just to see if it's actually rideable. I kind of see it's good. So I guess I'm gonna attempt it, but I think I'm gonna think about this for a while. I'm not just gonna go in there and yeah, I'm gonna roll back and forth here because I'm a bit nervous. I don't want to do what Petrie just did and then lose a bunch of energy. Luckily I just hooked it. I grabbed actually the tree with my hand. Nice little easy drop off. Then I kind of figured those guys were going to be there a while because I thought you had to be on that high line, but the bottom line was so easy. This part was one of the gnarliest sections out of the creek here. That was like a 20-foot straight wall out of like a creek where you're on rock. And it had like a, you couldn't see that in the camera, but there's like a 3-foot rock ledge at the top of it, or an embankment. So that was pretty tricky. And so I think Cody had like a 2-minute lead on us, and then he got into this section and couldn't quite get up it. And I walked this specific section, so I kind of had made this line right here where I'm going to turn left and go up. And I think Cody tried it, and then he went to the right, didn't get it. Now he's going to come over and follow me up this line. I think he's going to ask to team up here, but I kind of knew with my front where it is right there that I could push to the above this tree, and then, oh, rookie move there. Kind of let go of it. That was definitely a rookie move, and just a little bit more energy. Got to pick it up. But yeah, I'm going to push up to this tree right here. And then once I'm there, there's a bit of a flat spot, and then I got to go between the next 2 trees. This is a tricky spot, and I think I asked Josh maybe about if they were going to take this out or not, because I'm like, it's only going to get worse because the more guys go through it, there's like 20 pros or whatever, and they all go through that, spin it up, it gets down to roots, it gets worse and worse. But this spot actually got easier. The second lap was much easier, so that was surprising to me because I thought I was going to come here and just be like, what the hell. But yeah, you can see right there's a tight gap there. But I knew if I got the bike in there just like that it was going to be safe because it wouldn't slide down the hill because that tree's holding my bike up. And Cody, he tried to go the line right below this where there was no trees holding the bike up, and he didn't quite get it, so that's why he had to come down and do it again. And from here, it's pretty much just push out from here. You can just see there's so much like leaves, branches. Right here, it's like 6 inches of just loose garbage. So it's kind of deep. But yeah, tricky little section Quinn put in for us. Tried to ride it there, but got off and just pushed it. So this is just Blue Arrow, so this is a pro section, which makes sense because that hit out of the creek was pretty gnarly. And I actually didn't know about this section, wasn't going to walk it, but Max had found it and said that he was worried about it. So I was like, well, if he's worried, I better go look at it. And showed up, and it was pretty gnarly. I think Ryder and Petrie both threw their bikes on that first part out of the creek. So that kind of shows how tough it was. 3rd and 4th place both had to ghost their bikes, I think. So right here, I was pushing up this, and Cody came up behind me and just rode it, being the second guy. And here we are at, can't remember what this one's called, Buckshot maybe? This was the hardest part of the race by far. It's just like absolute clay on this hillside, and it was in the trees a bit, so it wasn't drying out. And honestly, from right there, I maybe could have got it because I could push it to that tree on the left, but I think I gave up a little too early because now Cody makes that new line. You can see me, I'm like, that looks pretty good. Goes straight back down. And I probably should have just stayed up there and pushed to that tree because now I'm just gonna go where Cody is and push from there anyways. Try it again. Couldn't get it. So yeah, barely got that. Lap 2 was pretty crazy. Huddy's throwing his bike. This was like Hawaiian spec right here, like got a bit better. And then this was stopping power, which was like a true Romaniac's proper good hill. And I think this is the one me and Cody teamed up at, actually. It appeared right here that Cody had it because we built a line right where he is. And I'm going to try and go to a line on the left here that Ryder made because I felt like that was the best option. I think Cody's going to fall down here. Yeah, right there. He's got a Kickstarter too, no electric start, so I think for him it's a bit harder. That was the best option. I think Cody's going to fall down here. Yeah, right there. He's got a Kickstarter too, no electric start, so I think for him it's a bit harder. And I think this is where me and Cody team up. I decided it's just... Sometimes it's better to team up. Most of the time it's better not to team up. If you can save time by pushing 2 bikes quicker people moving 1 dirt bike. You see me just sitting there chilling because I'm tired. Nope. Fell down the downhill. What do we got here? This was a pretty tricky section near the finish. This is like 15 minutes from the finish. And I think Cody's just going to be right behind me here. We rode this whole first lap together. He was riding really good, to be honest. And I was, yeah, I just wasn't feeling super good this day. And for some reason, I just could not get my front tire up here because my rear tire's on a root. So every time I tried to lift it up, it would just spin. Probably did that for about 45 seconds. It just keeps going down, and I finally just get off the bike, and I'm just like, screw it, I'll just manhandle it. This was a tricky out. This is A and Pro. So right here, I asked if the A rider, there's one A rider in front of me right now, and I asked if he got out of this. And they're like, yeah. And I was just blown away. His name's McConna. Good rider, really good rider. And yeah, because our course was a bit tougher, he got in front of us, and I'm about to catch up to him pretty quick here. That's another A rider. That's Boogie behind Cody there. So the A riders are now kind of mixed in between the pros, just because they have different splits that were easier. So that's a little unique. That doesn't happen. Last time it happened actually was at Hawaii, and me and Boogie were battling. There's Nigel doing a little quick maneuver there. This is a pretty tough section. Probably the last tough section of the whole race is this one. And on the second lap, it got so hard that we actually had to get pulled up it by rope. I can't remember what this one's called, but yeah, this one was a good one. So you see, me and Cody are taking turns now because we're not getting it. I'm gonna get it here my second try. Ryan's up there filming. We're pretty much starting on on a hill with hardly any run, and you just got to get up to this rock here and do a little zig and then do one more. This part was super greasy. Once again, it's like on the back side of the hills where the sun doesn't get to, so it doesn't really dry out too much. And then from here, just a couple more zigzags. Got those new Alpine Star boots on with the trial sole. Those definitely made a big difference this day. Would be sweet if they released them to the public because they're that good. This is where we're back to Buckshot now. The same hill that became unrideable. And I offered this guy, well, he was already helping me, and I said just for being a good guy, I was going to give him $100. But he was such a good guy that he wouldn't take the money. And this one, they actually ended up taking out. Me and Cody got up it, barely, as you can tell. And then they just pulled it, and everyone essentially got to go around it in a way because they got to run up at it. We're back here at Stopping Power. And now it was rideable. Didn't have to team up with Cody. Here we are at the finish. Pretty sick finish line. Probably one of the coolest photos I've had taken of me in a while where I'm jumping that splatter. Super sick photo. And honestly, a really unique finish line. Quinn put a a lot of work into this, and I think with the photos, it really paid off. I came in way too slow here. Barely made it. And there I was so happy to be done. I gave Quinn big hug. He gave me the finishing, and that's it, guys. Thanks for following along, and hopefully we'll be doing one of these at TKO. You guys can watch that. Thanks for watching.